Yo, what's going on, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question everything. And yeah, I did a VPN this time, and I put my location over in the UK, so let's see if things are a bit different.
In the rich neighborhoods, who had already left their house and knew that the fire was coming? So, there's no water pressure because somebody in the state turned the power off. And when the power's turned off, the pumps that pump the water so that there is water pressure were turned off also. I wonder who that was. And the irony of it all, that the fire looks just like the fire in Maui. Let's check all the Crip neighborhoods, because if the Crip neighborhoods are still up because they blew, we know.
I mean, that was a really good question.
This weather has been dangerous over the past couple of days. 3 people froze to death in a tent in western North Carolina. And we all know that since we came back, we haven't been able to see the stories that we're used to seeing. And in order to change that, we have to share these stories so we can help more people. The people that were frozen to death was a man, a woman, and a baby. Unfortunately, people were saying that they were forced to sleep in a tent because of previous things that happened in North Carolina. And these previous things took their house away, so they had no other place to go, and they chose to sleep in a tent, and that's where they met their fate. And I know that people are happy to be back on this app, but these congressmen and politicians need to see things like this so they can help people in your neighborhood. The weather is not going to get better until somewhere after the 25th of January. We have to do something to help people that need help right now, else we're going to experience more things like this. Pay attention.
You said that this is the golden age. You used President Trump's phrase. Why is it this administration that can do it, do you think?
Because we can make deal happen. You know, it's all energized. And approval come much faster, much bigger, and more meaningful way.
Do you see that? What is that right there on the ground? What's that? What's that right there? What's that right there? What's that right there? In America on the motherfucking ground. The crux. The Omega X, the Cygnus. What is the Hydra? The Hydra is a snake, people. Now I'm finna break your back. Watch this. Mythology battles the great serpent, which we see here in Hydra. The Thunderbird went into battle against the great serpent. Came mythology, it all come out the sky. Who else got a motherfucking story like that? Who else got a story like that? He get an A+. I'm like, oh. Let me put my hand right there so you can see that. Verse is hard.
The falcon is associated with the battle against the serpent god, Apep. This is the same story depicted on the ground in Canada, in North America, but way older. We know the truth now.
We know the truth now. History ain't what it's saying.
Take child supports from him, do you?
Yes, he leaves
so
them there.
blocking on Venmo?
He should. That makes it so much easier on him to just Venmo me instead of going to the bank. He's doing everything the easiest that it can possibly be done for Chase, and he's done that the whole time we've been
Why
together.
would you not want it to be easy if he's going to send you money? Why would you not want that to be easy for him?
Because it takes one more thing off of Chase that he has to do.
You don't take child support.
What?
That right there is crazy. That's the definition of a bitter woman, in my opinion, because you're blocking what you're seeking because it's too easy for that person to give it to you. So you really don't even want that or need that. You just want that person to suffer. Am I right? And I feel like that's how a lot of the cases go. Not everyone.
Is going on because there are 22 wildfires across our nation, and I have not heard about any of them other than the ones in Los Angeles. What is going on? I want answers now.
Now, I just want to play devil's advocate for a moment. What about the individuals who say that this rhetoric and this ideology is the same as white supremacy?
How? I haven't advocated the hurt or harm of a single white person. I haven't advocated the hurt or harm of a single group of color. And of course, when I say group of color, that don't include blacks. We don't ever get lumped in. We alone. Okay? I haven't advocated hurt or harm, bias or discrimination against any other human family. I'm simply putting the priorities of my people first, because the priorities of my people are always last on the list of priorities of any other community.
Well,
no group has ever come to America. First of all, we already know white folks have never done right by us. It's been 4 centuries, and they haven't done right by us. So now let's look at all the immigrants and the people of color. Name me the group of color, name me the nationality, the immigrant group that has ever come to America and stood shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe with black folks in defense of our rights. I'll listen. Nobody.
Okay,
Crickets.
well, if you looked at the Earth as this living organism, and like you were flying into LA, and you're passing over these beautiful mountains, and you see the ocean ahead, it all looks natural and beautiful, but then you see LA. Well, what the fuck is that? That's a growth. That's cancer. It's big, and it's brown, and it stinks, and smoke's coming out of it, and it gets bigger every year. And it doesn't matter what you do, it's gonna keep going. You could knock it down with a fucking hurricane, it rebuilds. Light it on fire, it rebuilds. And I think if you were an intelligent life form from another planet and you were looking at the Earth, you wouldn't see individual people. You wouldn't see housekeepers and limo drivers and stand-up comedians. You wouldn't see that. You would see mold on a sandwich. I think if you look at us objectively and the way we're headed and the way we've always been, it doesn't matter how much access to information we have, it doesn't matter how much technological innovation we have, we're always gonna destroy the Earth. Because I think somehow or another, that's what we're supposed to do. I think that's our purpose here on Earth. I think we are here to fuck shit up. I think we're here to eat the sandwich.
I don't know who he's referring to when he says we, because I don't feel that way. I don't feel like my purpose is to destroy the Earth, and I feel like there's more purpose here. But that is crazy though, man. To think of us as mold on a piece of bread. Man, I can't get the picture out of my head now, because that's what I think of when I think of a big city.
They just did a study on women where they attach the things to the brain and study the brain activity of people when they're asleep. And they found out that while a woman is 100% sleep, she is still 90% awake. All of the married men knew this already. That means that bitch sleep. She ain't sleep. Let somebody text you. How the fuck you can hear a text, bitch? That's almost impossible. You can hear a bitch text me middle of the night. They got a lot of answers in space. This is over this OKC. Man, I'm so glad to be here. Look at this. This is amazing. Thank y'all so much. I can't thank you enough. If you know, I already love this motherfucking place. Y'all are so exciting.
It's in the neighborhood.
They're not even blocking it off. They don't even care to block it off. Dang, I don't even got no more, what's it called?
Storage.
Look at them, like, he got a whole fire suit on.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Storage is on fire, inside out.
I think when we start to meet the gods, and I think we will, we're going to find out that they're not as nice as we want them to be, and they're not as powerful as they want us to think they are, but they do pose a challenge. Fundamentally, right down, bottom line, is this our planet or not? And I think that this is a very good reason for people to sit up and pay attention, because whether you believe in aliens or not, whether you believe in the Illuminati or not, we do have to answer the fundamental question: are we willing to take responsibility for this planet? That is the question of the day. Whether you're an environmentalist or whether you're talking about recapturing the democratic process, whatever your particular angle is, the question is, are you willing to take responsibility for this planet or not? Because there are people and there are beings out there who are wrestling for control of this planet. I'm sure of that. And that, I believe, is where that intersection's occurring.
You know, once you realize the average person is slow, it all makes sense.
Big facts. All Titanic passengers are safe. What? This not AI, is it, y'all? Where the dates at? Now that is interesting.
So I'm not entirely sure what is going on here.
Yo.
So the only real explanation is probably those drones everybody's seeing.
Not
like,
for a
what
how.
else could have possibly made this happen? It's got to be drones, right?
It looks like a perfect circle.
Like, what could make a perfect circle in the ice? It's just sitting here spinning.
I don't know what to make of that one.
Now, what if I told you that there might have been an entire world of beings here before Adam and Eve? Like, before the Garden of Eden. Now, this is my favorite extra-biblical conspiracy theory.
Who made Adam and Eve? Right?
I can't think of anything else but to call it a conspiracy theory. And when I bring this up to my brother, all I ever get is that's not biblical, that's not real, that's not true. I'm like, I get it. And here's the theory. So most everybody knows the story of Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But what if there's more to that story? I mean, it's the beginning of the greatest story ever told. But what if there's more to it? Between Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2, some believe that there's a gap, a mysterious pause in creation, where an entire world actually existed and then suddenly vanished. Now, this isn't your Sunday school version of these events. This is content. This isn't Sunday school. Now, according to this theory, before Adam and Eve, there were beings on earth, intelligent beings, spiritual beings, who were destroyed when God rendered the earth without form and void. In the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Gap, and the earth was without form and void. God made it without form and void, theoretically. But those beings that were destroyed, they didn't disappear. They've been here ever since, waiting, watching, and as the story goes, finding a way to take back what they think is lost. Now in Genesis 1:2, the earth was described as being without form and void, and darkness is over the face of the deep. Now some theologians and researchers argued that this wasn't the start of creation, rather it was kind of a do-over after a catastrophic event wiped out an earlier world that may or may not have had dinosaurs in it. Now these beings, they weren't human. They were something else. Now when this earlier world was destroyed, their bodies were obliterated, but their spirits remained. When God created humanity, those spirits saw a new opportunity. Human bodies. But the catch is they can't just claim them. They had to possess them. Yeah, you're seeing where I'm going with this. Fast forward to the creation of Adam and Eve. These new beings were unique, crafted in God's image, given dominion over the earth, but this didn't sit well with the spirits of the pre-Adamic world. They had been here first. They wanted their bodies back, and humanity became their targets. Now, this might explain some of the earliest stories of possession. Now, demonic possessions, haunting spirits, or even poltergeist activity. What if all of these ties back to the ancient disembodied beings? So what does all this mean? Nothing. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. This is just a wild theory. The 1988 anomaly theory, that was a wild theory, and so is this. The pre-Adamic world is probably nothing. But if the theory is true, then the story about creation isn't just about the beginning. It's about the ending too. A forgotten world that was destroyed, and spirits that are left to wander the earth in search of a body that they can only claim by possession. Now, being raised in church, this is a wild theory. And like I said before, this is content, this isn't Sunday school. But it does explain some of the mysteries we've been dealing with for centuries. So, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this, because I don't know. It kind of makes sense to me, and it's fun to think about. It doesn't really change anything though, right? Or does it? No, it doesn't. Damn it, man.
I mean, I think he's onto something, man. I definitely believe there was a world prior to Adam and Eve, right? And that these people had high technology and they created Adam and Eve. And then in the Bible, so I'm not a pro at this, guys, so don't judge me, right? But it does say that gods, not God, created us, right? Gods, plural. So there's plural gods that created Adam and Eve. So who were these gods? Who were these people? And then if you look at all the old world buildings, right? And we always question these, like, how did we, it just looks impossible, right? It's like, we can't even understand it. And then you look at these buildings and they have no plumbing, no sewage, where they go to the bathroom at. So he said, oh, they might not be humans, right? They were a different type of being that was here before us. Maybe they didn't have to use the bathroom. Maybe they didn't use it the same way as us. Maybe they didn't eat food the way we eat food and consume food, right? Maybe they weren't the cancer. Maybe we are. I don't know. I don't know. Lands in a garden, huh? This is in England. Oh, so you can see it from multiple views. That's crazy. Who was they picking up? Harry Potter? That's crazy.
Always had a problem with Dr. Sebi and some of the things that he's claimed. Because he wasn't talking to you.
Bam.
Because I'm not of African descent.
Hey y'all, check this out.
Back up, but something is going on that no one is talking about yet. So last night we all got this notification when we logged into our TikTok. And then less than 12 hours later we get this and TikTok's back up and running all of a sudden. But something's going on behind the scenes in TikTok that we don't know about. Because the CEO of TikTok just removed CEO of TikTok from his bio. So after years of having this in his bio, why all of a sudden whenever he changed it the day that TikTok is back up and running? Do you think that's strange? It just keeps on going. Because Show just removed all of his reposts that he was posting about Donald Trump. He reposted a video of Donald Trump Jr. in Greenland and a video of Charlie Kirk asking people if they liked Trump. So the day that TikTok's back up and running, he removes his bio, deletes his reposts, and Facebook makes a TikTok page. And then whenever I open the app, I see an ad for Meta, which has never been allowed on TikTok. Please don't tell me TikTok has been sold to Meta. Because if so, this dude's just laughing in our faces. And we're about to experience some real censorship if this guy gets...
And listen to this one.
As an IT guy, I've done many server migrations and data transfer migrations, database migrations, where you do all the copying of the data in the back end. That nobody is affected. It just is copying from the old servers to the new servers. But everybody's still using the old servers. But when you have the cutover that they need to be pointed to the new servers, there's a downtime. There's a maintenance window. Usually it's scheduled for a weekend. And there's about a 12-hour outage the maintenance window is about a 12-hour window so that everything can stop pointing to the old servers and start pointing to the new servers. So with all that said, this TikTok outage and ban and then reboot feels very much like we've been migrated to new servers. So I'm curious if Meta actually bought the data and now we're on Meta servers. That's what I fear. We'll see.
All right, look, I don't know if any of this is real. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But if you listen to what both of them say, what the first one says that happened, and then the second one basically explains what happens during a switch of servers. I don't know, man. You guys tell me. Just let me know in the comments, man, what you guys think.
Somebody want to tell this guy that he might be a conspiracy theorist at this point? No, but do you guys think it's on Meta now? I kind of think Meta's they did something with TikTok. There's a reason that Mr. Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan podcast and trying to say, oh, the Biden administration made us do this, and they were calling and they made us take this stuff down and censor this stuff, right? So then we get news that he's kicking it with Trump too, you know, out on Mar-a-Lago with Trump. It just makes sense. I'm just saying, right? And then we seeing that it's definitely being censored in a lot of ways.
Where's your pistol at on you?
On my side.
Okay. Just put your hands on the top of the vehicle for me. I appreciate that being very honest.
Oh, you're all right.
No way.
I appreciate that being very honest.
Oh, you're all right.
She gotta go.
Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Put the gun down.
Yeah, put it down. Go home. Turn your badge in.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but the sky in Florida right now is so purple.
Oh wow.
Like the whole sky is just purple, dude.
About to
Look
get
at
some
this.
purple rain.
That is so cool. Wow.
Yeah, that's a pyramid. Gotta be. Don't it look like a pyramid to y'all? Like, it's gotta be.
Single black person live down there.
Nah, probably not.
Guaranteed.
Pyramid or coincidence? Where is this at? I think this was in North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong though, but that's a lot of cop cars.
They vote through the
For what? Like, why do you need all of these cop cars? I don't get it.
I do like conspiracies, but I also like to Google. There's this site called Wayback, and it's called Wayback because it goes way back. It takes you back to the day when MySpace was MySpace. You remember Vine?
I do.
Remember Vine. Remember, I'm on the way back, and this is February of 2023, and there is no CEO of TikTok here on his page. We can also see Facebook has been on this platform for a hot minute, basically since October 2021.
I was just having a conversation with one of my mans. This was like a few days ago. And he was straight telling me straight up, bro, in the Amazon, they using technology to flood niggas who bother them. In the Amazon, they using spiritual technology in the Amazon rainforest. So if somebody try to go over there and bother them, they can flood you the fuck up out of there. They can make it rain, storm, anything just to get you up out the way. You can't even get near them. Y'all remember when they was burning the Amazon rainforest and all this? Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything we hear on the news, everything we've been told, it's a lie. Them motherfuckers is unbothered there. Ancient tribes who actually got the knowledge. Who's using the technology. The spiritual technology. Bro, they have superpowers, bruh. All this airbending and all this shit y'all know about, y'all probably so stuck on TikTok. But people actually got powers. And if you do and you watching this, don't post videos trying to show people. You're done. That's not how this works. Just keep raising your energy, raising your vibration. The more you raise your energy, raise your vibration, keep tapping in, those powers become like, nigga, clapping your hands. You can do anything. But most of the world is cut off from this version. And now Trump here, Trump is a wild card for this matrix. I still don't think it's going to be another president after Trump. But once again, when it's dealing with politics, everything is scripted. Everything is planned. There is no side. It's only one side. It ain't really no red and blue. It's really just one thing. Y'all think they're going at this side. Y'all think they're going over another. It's just two sides, which is really one consciousness, who all want to devour human energy. Trump wanted TikTok banned. Now he's getting praised for bringing it back. Did y'all see the China motherfucker straight say, hey, we're hoping Trump do the right. He put Trump in position to just look like a god. And trust me, they working together. But at the end of the day, I just want y'all to know this straight up. Shit is about to heat up. Trump in office in 2020. I mean, I'd say in 2020. He's in office tomorrow, January 20th. And stuff is about to get serious.
What? You can't search that up?
Wednesday.
With the inauguration coming up next Monday, many of the...
Waking up to superficial... Hello.
What happened on the 14th? Anybody know?
So Canada is saying, if President Trump hits them with those tariffs, they cutting the power off. So Doug Ford spoke out against Donald Trump in the United States yesterday, basically saying that if Trump charges the tariffs that he was talking about charging, they're gonna cut off the power. And when they cut off this power that we get in New York State, that power that you get in Michigan, that power that you get in Minnesota will be turned off. Canada controls at least 82% of the power in those 3 states. So honestly, if we don't work things out, it's looking like a problem. Now, President Trump did say that charging these countries those tariffs will help our country out tremendously. But I'm guessing Canada doesn't feel like that. We all know President Trump is a businessman. And he's definitely a great negotiator, so maybe he'll be able to negotiate something with Canada and stop them from turning off that power. I haven't heard him speak about it, but of course, you know he's gonna speak about it. So let's see what happens.
Shit's getting weird.
Facts.
Pardon Fendi.
On this build, my husband and my oldest son built this, and they had a blast figuring out how to make it work, and it turned out really awesome. If you haven't figured it out yet, this is the Demogorgon on Stranger Things. Stranger Things has always been a favorite show of ours, and one of our kids just happened to look exactly like one of the characters, so we could not pass up the opportunity to dress up like them. We had some other...
And this took a left turn that I wasn't expecting.
What?
I thought the costume was great. I said, wow, the costume is fantastic. And then I said, who is this nigga?
Yo.
I can't even blame the kid. I gotta blame the adults. Because you just set up your kid for failure. And look at this guy.
He looking like, bro, why are you wearing that?
And mag gloves and mag gloves and magnetic balls to make these one-handed catches. I told you so.
They couldn't cut the magnet off. Gloves up to the bottom. I'm calling up. Watch why he can't let the ball go, y'all. It's the magnet. It's the magnet.
Uh-oh.
It's the magnet stuck to his hand. Y'all boy be falling for anything. Y'all fall for anything.
What kind of glove was that?
I saw this Gordon Ramsay post on Instagram and immediately knew something felt off because he's not actually at an airport. And I know that because if he was, it would have to be one of these 3 airports. But none of the mountains in the back of these airports are the same. And well, Gordon, I found you. With these pixels that resembled a fence, these mountains, and this arid landscape, there's only one option. Area 51 with a perfect match. Gordon, you can't hide.
Area 51, huh? Blockbuster stores over 30 years. How many people remember Blockbuster? Yeah, that was my spot, low key. Go there and get some games, some DVDs with my parents. You know, have a nice little movie night. If we got lucky, might get some snacks. But definitely would get games. And look at them just popping up all over the place, right? And this is a good video, honestly, because this is going to show you guys how quick something can come and go. Nothing lasts forever. Because, you know, in the early 90s, the 2000s, you probably would have never thought Blockbuster was going anywhere. You probably thought Blockbuster was the future of the world. My guess is it drops off like around 2006, 2007. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's like around that time where they closed here in my city. So look, still popping up. But it's definitely slowed down. And bang, about 2006, you start to see them disappear. See, we had like Family Video, which was like a spin-off on Blockbuster, but that even closed down. And dang, look. Virtually gone by 2013. They just got a few standing. That's crazy. We can count them on our hand. I wonder if there's any more still standing, because this goes up to 2019. They all, nah, I guess not. That's crazy, y'all. I mean, it just comes to show, man, things come and go in life, right? Nothing can be on the top forever, right? It's kind of like you get to the top, and then once you're there, you can sustain for so long, and you eventually come down. What goes up must come down. That was a short span, man. I kind of miss Blockbuster. I miss the days of being able to go somewhere with the family, and then y'all pick out like a movie or two, and then we come back home, and we only got one TV in the house, so we're all watching the movies together, you know, having a nice little family time. Now everybody's separated. Everyone has their own individual devices to watch their own things on. No one's connected anymore, man. And that's probably the goal of getting rid of these things, right? Is to get rid of the connectedness, right? They want everyone to be in their own little world. Yeah, man. Miss those times. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.